Hey folks, welcome back to another review with yours truly, Sam Healey. Today we're taking a look at this little guy right here, Snow Time. This is a game by Frank Meyer where each player is taking on the role of a representative from their local village, and they've been sent because the mysterious tree on the island has begun growing its fruit once again. And so we are trying to each collectively get those fruit tokens, but we have to possibly fight each other along the way, maybe pick up some mana if we find ourselves lower on the tree than others. There's a number of things here, but generally speaking, you're trying to get the most points so that you can get to the finish line first. So let's get down to the table. I'll show you how it works, and we'll come back with some final thoughts in just a few moments. So here I have a 5-player game of Snow Time set up for you, and we have all of the character meeples in the starting area of the board. You have a couple of different dice, you have some fruit tokens, and then each player has a hand of cards, and we'll show you what those cards are in just a few moments. The point of the game is to be the first person around the scoring track end to end right here on the ending space. And you do that by getting points in a number of different ways, 3 to be exact. The first one is by collecting mana that grows from the roots of the bottom of the tree. You can also fight other people along the tree. It's a snowball fight. And you can get points for that. You can also get bonus points from these different spots on the board. And then you can also get points from collecting fruit from the tree. So you're getting points and you're trying to be the first person over here to be the winner. Now, as I said, each person starts with their own deck of cards, and those cards go from 1 to 7, all the way to 7. And then there are also 3 special cards that are in the game as well. 2 of those special cards, the ones with the colored borders, are one-time uses, and then this one is you can use it as many times as you want. Basically, whenever you play this card, you'll be able to take 2 of your face down or your discarded cards back up into your hand. This is the Blizzard or Snowstorm card, and whenever this is played, it knocks everybody off the tree, and you'll score points for a number of however many people were knocked out. This is the Watcher card, and basically whenever you play this one down, you can see what everybody else plays and then choose another card from your deck. So the first person will roll the dice at the beginning of their turn, and for the numbers rolled, those were 2 2s. You're actually going to be putting fruit on the tree. So since I rolled doubles, you put 2 on the same. If I had rolled something like this, then I would put 1 up there and 1 down there. All right, but since we rolled doubles, we'll just keep it the way it is. And now each person is going to choose a card from their hand and play it face down secretly. And once everybody has chosen a card, they're all turned over simultaneously. And once all the cards have been simultaneously turned over, they are resolved, starting with any special cards first and then resolving from top to bottom. So, a special card here, the Blizzard. Now, this Blizzard basically destroys everybody that's on the tree. Well, everybody is on the tree right now, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 for pink. So, pink is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is the end of that round. All the cards are then discarded in their own respective pile at the bottom of the board, and then the next player will roll the dice, and 1 is placed on the 2, and 1 is placed on the 1. And now we choose cards again. Once everybody has chosen a card face down, they are then revealed. And once all cards are revealed, special cards are done first. The pink player played the Watcher card, so now they can see what everybody else has played and then play accordingly. And they're going to go ahead and play a 5. So this will come up here to the 5 area, and then the 4 area will be here, 3, and then 2, and then 1 down here. All right, so now these cards are resolved going from top to bottom. Now, if a person is alone in an area and there is nobody above them, if there are fruit there, they can take that fruit and score 1 point for every fruit token they're able to take. If there is no fruit here and there is somebody directly behind them in the fight phase, they're going to be able to fight the person that's right below them, and that will make this card be discarded like so. and a 5 will get 1 point. Then it continues on. Now, if the 4 had been here, they would be able to fight the 3, but because the 4 was taken out by the 5, the 3 is free and clear. So it looks there's no fruit in their zone, so then they fight. So we look at the second area here, and there is definitely a 2, so that card will come away. Brown will score 1 point for having fought 2, and that is it. Then we go down to 1, and there's no one to fight in 1, but there is a fruit here, so blue will be able to take the fruit token and get a point for having done so. Then whoever has the whoever is lowest on the tree is able to gain a mana from the roots, so blue will get another point like so. And now that all the cards have been taken care of, everybody whose card is still on the tree gets to take their card back. Any fruit that was not taken stays on the tree for the next round. And for the third round, we'd roll 2 5s, put the fruit out on the tree. Then everybody has chosen their cards, and now we flip them over. And so now special cards are done first. So a gray player is able to take up to 2 of their cards back into their hand, like so. And then this one returns to the hand too, because it has that white border and not the dark border like over here. And then all of the other cards are placed on the tree. So we have 5, 4, 2, and 3. So what happens here is that first of all, fights happen. So 5 is going to take care of the 4. So the 4 goes down. 5 gets a point for that fight. And then he also is going to be taking these 2 fruit as well. So he gets 2 more points like that. The 4 has gone. So now the 3 is going to attack the 2. And the 2 goes away. And then the 3 gets a point for having done that. So still, nobody's able to grab these fruit down here, so it's a little difficult. 3, though, is going to get a bonus mana because they are the lowest on the tree. So they get to go 1 point here. Now, here's the thing. Because they actually gained a mana this time, and this is the mana bonus section, they're going to get a bonus 1 point move as denoted here, because some of the points that they got this turn were mana points. So that's the same thing with the fight points up here. In order to get these bonuses, you have to have at least 1 point from that round come from fighting. And then up here, you see that these are fruit. You have to have at least 1 point come from fruit tokens being taken in order to get these bonuses up here. And that's generally how the game is played. Of course, these would come back to their respective hands because they were able to remain on the tree. And the game continues in such a way until someone reaches the ending spot first, and they are declared the winner. So that's about it for Snow Time. It's a very simple game, not very difficult at all. Just, sometimes it was a little difficult keeping things in order, what needed to fire first and that type of stuff as far as that's concerned. But generally speaking, you're just going to be getting points from either picking up fruit, fighting people, or being lowest on the tree and getting mana. And then whoever gets the first finish line first is the winner. Not difficult at all. It's deceptively simple in that way, though. So that's going to be my first pro of the game. So what I mean by deceptively simple is that it's a very easy game to play. You're just choosing a card, placing it face down, and then carrying out that card's effects. But you can really get yourself in a huge jam if you aren't putting a lot of thought into what card you're playing or what card they might be playing, and that's where the crux really falls. Now, the second pro of the game is going to be the artwork for me. And at first glance, it's kind of creepy looking, but after you get past the fact that this is actually just a regular human being that has a mask on, it's not really that weird at all. They're actually just different animals that are personas, animalistic personas that they're taking on within the game. There's like a, like a pig, a tiger, a wolf, and I don't know what the other two are. I apologize. But it looks creepy to begin with. It kind of grows on you, though, and the artwork is very well done, don't get me wrong. Now, the tree itself is also good. I loved the ornate quality that the score track had as well. So there's just a lot of good stuff as far as artwork is concerned here, and so I wanted to mention it. The third pro is going to be the special cards that everybody has at their disposal throughout the course of the game. I like the fact that there are two different kinds of special cards, ones that are one-time use only, and then another one that is you can use it as much as you want. And I liked the subtle way that they denoted that difference by having a white border on the one that you can continually draw back up into your hand, and then having your color border on the other two cards that actually go away. I thought that was an ingenious way to provide that differentiation without a lot of thought having to go into it. But the special cards are also interesting as well. Being able to see what everybody else plays before is a very useful thing, and you don't want to use it too early, but then again, you don't want to use it too late where it might not be as effective. So I like that. The snowstorm or the blizzard is the lightning bolt card is the same way. It's a very powerful card, and if you play it right, you're going to get at up to 4 points just from that one card alone. Now, if you misguess it, you could get only 1 point or maybe 2. So I like the variability that's there, and I like how you have to really choose what you're going to play and when. Now, the draw 2, getting the 2 cards back from your discard pile, that also is useful. Less useful. It seems more like taking a break, so to speak, recollecting yourself so you can get back in the fight in the next round, because that's the only card you play. You're not going to score any points that turn. So there's that. Now, the first con for me is going to be the fact that it definitely feels like, and it has been my experience, that this game has a strong runaway leader problem. Once you get ahead of everybody else, it's kind of difficult to catch up to that person, because they're not really worried so much about getting all of the different fruit tokens that might be accumulating on the tree. They're just wanting to make sure that other people don't get it. And it makes it a little bit easier for them to choose what they might want to play during the course of the round. At least that's been my experience with it. So I'm mentioning it as a con here because I think once you get ahead, the game becomes a lot easier for you, whereas everybody that's kind of bunched up, it stays the same level of difficulty for them. So it's a little bit hard to catch up. I have seen people catch up, don't get me wrong, but I do still feel that there is a runaway leader problem here. Whether it's just been my experience or not, you guys have to let me know. There is also another con here, and I don't know how to specifically categorize this, but the way this game's played, it seems like luck or fate or destiny or whatever it might be can really, really, really just ruin your day on this one, where you can score no points because you're always getting fought and you're always getting knocked out of the tree before you can pick up any of those fruit tokens, and you're never the lowest on the tree. And there can be that issue where you just can't get anything, or at least it feels like you just can't get anything done. And it might be because, well, you're just making bad decisions. I don't know. I don't think that that's actually the case where you're making a bad or a poor decision per se. It's just that other people made the same decision as you or something to that effect, because you can fight somebody that's on the same level as well. And I didn't go over that. I just realized that I didn't go over that instance where if there are two people on the same level, they fight each other. If they're still there after, if there's anybody else above them. So I don't know. It just felt like you could get stuck in a rut and you couldn't do anything to get out of it. So there's that. Maybe it's more of a nitpicky con. And that's really about it for Snow Time. I mean, well, I think it's a neat game, but I think it's a little bit too simple for me to always want to come back to it, and I think that might be the rub with it. It looks great. It's a great looking game, but I don't know that there's enough game there to keep it on people's radar for any prolonged period of time, because it's really, more often than not, it feels like a crapshoot. It feels like you're just kind of playing a card and hoping that everybody else doesn't hurt you too bad. And that's interesting for the filler game that it is, but I just don't know that it's going to stay on people's radars for longer than just a little while, because it is a very simple game and it's easy, and those are good qualities, don't get me wrong, but I don't know that it has the staying power. So I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10. I do enjoy it. I did like it. I didn't like it at first. It did grow on me. So there is that to say for it, but I don't think it's going to have the staying power that other games in this category already have in that filler role. So 6 out of 10 for me for Snow Time. I thank you for joining me for this review. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Take care now.